Hello everyone, welcome to new video. This is part 3 of redesigning Tinkerbell Fairies, and today's turn is for the boys. And obviously I would start with Terence. Out of the boys, he has the most interesting design in the movies. Terence is a dust keeper fairy. His original design is already pretty cute, but I felt like I could push the idea of him being a fairy who works with pixie dust a little further. I think Dust Keeper Fairy is a pretty good job position, so I draw this outfit to be a little more put together. I gave him a much more woodland fairy aesthetic, with earthy greens and warm browns. His little acorn-inspired hat was something I really wanted to keep, because I think it fits him perfectly and is such a cute detail. I also gave him longer, more pointed ears and slightly more delicate facial features to make him look more distinctly like a fairy. I wanted him to look youthful and charming, without making him look like a child. And for his wings, I wanted to keep that delicate translucent appearance, but give them a more delicate pattern. Overall, I wanted Terence to feel like this sweet woodland fairy, while still being recognizable as the same character. Next we have Clank. Instead of making his redesign super delicate like Terence's, I wanted his silhouette to be much rounder and sturdier. His body shape is intentionally a little more stocky, because I think it fits his personality and his role as a Tinker Fairy. I kept his dark hair and warm brown eyes, but gave his hair a much messier, fluffier shape. I wanted him to look like someone who could spend an entire day working on a machine and completely forget to fix his hair. I hate his original outfit. He looks like he is wearing rags. I know it's to look like they made from leaves, but you see all characters wearing things from leaves and flowers, and it looks good, but with Clank and Bobble they look unkempt. So I made his clothing much more work-oriented. I gave him a green shirt underneath a heavy brown apron, with pockets and tools everywhere. The idea was that everything he's wearing should look like something he could actually use while working in his workshop. For Clank, the goal was basically to make him look like the lovable and sweet handyman of Pixie Hollow. And the last one is Bobble. This was my favorite redesign. When I was younger, I absolutely loved Bobble. I just found him so cute and endearing, and he was always one of my favorite characters. And funny story, when I was about 8. One time my mom was watching this movie with me, and the scene where Tinkerbell gets her glow up came on. When Bobble sees her for the first time, my mom asked me, "Does he like Tinkerbell?" And 8-year-old me was like, "He thinks she's pretty, but he's dating the chubby guy." My mom asked, "Really? Did they say that?" And I just confidently said, "No, but they're always together, and they're the only two fairies who live together." So apparently 8-year-old me was already out here creating relationship lore that was never actually confirmed. Anyway, Bobble is a Tinker Fairy, so when redesigning him, I wanted his outfit to immediately communicate that he's someone who spends most of his time reading, repairing, and experimenting with things. I kept his overall color palette fairly earthy, with greens, browns, and warm neutral tones. His clothes have a more practical, slightly worn quality to them. I also gave him messier, more expressive hair and longer pointed ears, which helps push the design further into that whimsical fairy aesthetic. His freckles add another little bit of warmth and make him feel more youthful and approachable. One of the biggest things I wanted to emphasize was his goggles. They're such an important part of his design, and I've always thought the idea of them working with tiny drops of water as lenses was so clever. I wanted to take that idea a little further with my redesign. I imagined that the magnification of the water droplets isn't always perfectly consistent, so sometimes Bobble has a hard time focusing when he's reading or working on something. Because of that, he occasionally gets headaches after spending too much time looking through his goggles. And since lavender is often associated with relaxation, I thought it would be a cute little character detail if he kept little bundles of lavender all around his desk to help whenever he gets a headache. For his wings, I wanted something that contrasted with his outfit. They're large, delicate, and almost glass-like, with a pale blue color. My goal with Bobble was to make him look like the slightly eccentric, enthusiastic inventor of Pixie Hollow, and I love how adorable he turned out. Here are the boys together. I had fun drawing them. This is all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed my redesigns. See you in the next one.